Hello. This presentation is Black in America, a Revelation by me, Dr. Evelyn Anderson. What is a minority? Who are they? How are they defined? To understand the condition of Black people in America, these questions must be answered. In a free society, all voices must be heard. Our lens or perspectives must reflect the experiences, voices, and perspectives of all people, including African Americans or Black people. The U.S. government's definitions matter. The U.S. government defines a minority using a numerical calculation, a group of people that are not the majority, they describe it, meaning this group represents less than half of the population. What do the numbers indicate? What do they really mean? Blacks are considered the second largest population of individuals in the United States, second to Hispanics. In 2022, Black people made up 14% of the population. Blacks are called minorities in the United States. This consideration is not simply because they are smaller in size. It is also because historically Black people have been deprived of access to opportunities to influence decisions that govern their very lives. They lack the privileges enjoyed by others based on acts of historical systemic racism that continues today. They are often characterized by negative stereotypes generated by society, and their businesses are perceived as of lesser value only by virtue of the color of their skin. During the Biden and Harris administration, a greater level of access was created for Black business owners. Did you know that the United States government is the largest contractor in the world? They produce and purchase more goods and services than anywhere else in the world. Many Black-owned businesses lack the basic structure to compete for government contracts or to become vendors for the United States. The Biden-Harris administration enhanced the contracting policy legislation to include that a greater percentage of government contracts must be allotted to small and minority-owned businesses. This means access. Social equity is a new term for many, but not for Black people. Social equity is a quest or a process to obtain equality. To create equity is to ensure all people have access to systems that influence the decisions that impact their lives, have the power to change their condition through hard work and determination, are not governed by superficial or outer factors which are used to determine their value. When these negative conditions no longer exist, Black people can then and only then experience social justice. As depicted in the picture here, equality means that everything is the same. Equity means that adjustments are made in society to ensure that equality exists. Change happens when good people act. Black people acted to get the right to vote, the right for equal education, and the right for equal employment opportunities. Black people have always been at the forefront of change. We vote, we organize, we mobilize, we lead. It's time to make sure our voices are heard. Make a plan to vote. Through organizations like the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce and the National Association of Black People, action is happening to balance the scales. These organizations create opportunities for Black people to commune and collaborate with others, to discuss topics of race relations in a safe space, and to dispel beliefs that their products and services are in some way less valuable than others. Diversity is who we are as a nation. A benefit of engaging with diverse populations is it allows for a wider range of perspectives and experience that will help us to make better decisions. Hearing and considering different perspectives allows space for understanding to occur. Understanding can lead to more effective responses to the racial and ethnic challenges faced in society. It is to understand that the term minority is all inclusive, and our brother and sister minorities has similar struggles that we experience. Achieving balance is the work of everyone. We must all be held accountable. Working to balance the scales of social justice is everyone's responsibility. All citizens are accountable for the inequities that exist in our society. Membership in change organizations is only the beginning. Changing the narrative is the goal. Changing the narrative that Black-owned businesses cannot compete for large-scale projects, government contracts, or become vendors for the United States government is a personal quest of mine. I believe that through creating better structures, establishing strategic partnerships and collaborations through organizations like the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, the American Business Women's Association, and the National Association of Colored People, we can be competitive. Business structure is essential. When I describe business structures, what I mean is that we will adhere to basic business practices like participating in the standardized banking system, filing our taxes, becoming certified as minority-owned businesses, and obtaining required licensing and registrations. Business certifications provide access to set-aside contracting. SAM.gov registration is a requirement for government contracting. Tax returns, financial statements, and licensing are also essentials for securing contracts and vendor relationships. Strategic partnerships are also essential. We must learn to trust one another. Remember, to be Black is to be excellent, powerful, creative, have beauty, strength, to be irresistible, to be courageous, to be abundant, to be ambitious, to be authentic. It is royalty, it is divine, and it is timeless. We must work together to dispel the myths that plague our culture. One being that we are not trustworthy. We must meet, confer, and build alliances with minority-owned businesses. Together, our resources will build stronger proposals. Work together through structure provided by organizations where the mission is to balance the scales of injustice. Together, we can take advantage of the access that we now have. Together we are stronger, and together we can establish social justice and the equity that it provides. This is done through joining organizations like the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce, the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, and the American Business Women's Association.